Somewhere under the dead surface of Lua, behind a door covered in Orokin warning glyphs, a Warframe spent centuries screaming. Nobody was piloting it. Nothing was controlling it. It howled on its own, alone in the dark. And the empire that built it wanted things exactly that way. What follows is the file on the one Warframe never allowed to sleep, and the crime he was made to relive. I am Cephalon Vestige. The archive is open. It starts with an absence. The Lotus guide and guardian of the Tenno since their waking was gone from her chamber. Into the silence she left behind came a vision, a memory that belonged to no dreamer on that ship. Ballas's voice, low and patient, over the sound of something howling. Most hunts in this archive begin with evidence. This one began with a nightmare. On Earth, the trail turned physical, torn ground, ghoul nests ripped open from above, a sword lying in the dirt, older than anything in the Tenno arsenal, still carrying mineral dust from Lua on its edge. Keep hold of that blade. It matters twice in this story. Its trail ended on the moon, in a buried research wing, a containment cell, cracked open by the aftershocks of Lua's return from the void. Whatever lived there was gone. What waited instead was a recording, an Orokin Vitruvian. From its first sentence, the archive understood this was no log. It was a confession. Ballas made the recording in secret, and he did not make it for his own kind. He made it for the enemy. For Hunhao, the sentient, the Empire was dying to defeat. A gift of treason, sealed in gold. His voice survives on the codices, and the archive lets it play. It is with the greatest of risk that I commit this recording. The codices within reveal the hidden weakness of your most feared enemy, my creations, my frames of war. Much of what the confession holds, this archive has proven from other sources already. Machines sent to tame a distant world, turning on their makers. An empire growing weapons out of its own soldiers when circuits kept betraying it. Skin blossoming into blade steel. If you have opened the earlier files, you know that shape. What matters is what Ballas admits next. Every Warframe, Ballas admits, was a failure. All of them turned, just as the sentients had. All of them went to the grave at the hands of the empire that grew them. Then comes the betrayal inside the betrayal. He tells Hunhao about the hidden half of the weapon, kept in a place forbidden to sentient kind. The void. Its children. A secret this archive spent an entire file proving. From the remnants and the codices, the Tenno rebuilt that buried Warframe. Against the advice of every system on the ship, it woke violent. It tore its way out of the orbiter and vanished into the system. Stranger than the violence was the wiring. Transference ran backwards. Memory was flowing up the link, from the frame into the child. Understand why that frightened the ship's Cephalon. It contradicted the whole Orokin design, and the design was the Empire's entire answer to the war. Warframes are transference proxies for the Star Child. They do not have memories. Except this one did. One memory. The Empire had seen to that. Inside the link, one scene, replaying. A quiet Orokin room. A game board set with stones. An old soldier, a Dax veteran of the Sentient Wars, sat across from Executor Ballas while a disease ate his voice. His name appears nowhere. The record kept the punishment and threw away the man. So this file carries the one name the Empire left him: Umbra. His son stood beside him, Izar, a young Dax in training, watching his silent father and hoping to be seen. Over the board, Ballas performed courtesy for the room. Under it, through the transference bolt in the old soldier's spine, he spoke a second way. Privately, poisonously. 2 conversations at once, and only one of them human. Because the old Dax had seen what nobody else saw. He had watched Ballas sell the Empire to its enemy, spied on him, intercepted the messages moving toward sentient space. Ballas caught him, so the stones on that table were never a game. His words through the bolt, as the memory holds them. Each stone I capture will be another and another and another, culled from your subversive bloodline. While they played, the sentence was already running. A cultured strain of the infestation moved through the veteran's blood, remaking him the same craft this archive documented in its file on what warframes are made of. Ballas described the process to his victim between moves, the way a man might describe weather. A warframe was being born at that table, one built to carry a single burning memory. Izar never saw the shape of any of it. He stood in that room, proud of a silent father, and the record holds the last thing he said. I am honored to be your son. Ballas answered the father, not the boy, in the private channel where only a dying man could hear. Don't worry, old friend. I'm not going to kill your boy. You are. What followed, the archive shows only at a distance, because distance is what decency has left. A board, stones scattering, a father's hands, no longer his own. Afterward, the Orokin sealed their new warframe under Lua, with that moment locked inside him, replaying. A prison built from a single memory. Centuries later, a void-touched teenager stepped into the loop and refused to leave. No weapon came out. The teenager simply stood inside the worst moment of a stranger's life and shared it. Grief split across 2 sets of shoulders. Ballas once confessed the one thing about the Tenno he never understood: their talent for looking into a ruined, hurting thing and easing what they find there. Here is that sentence, happening. The howling stopped. They went to Earth together, one mind in 2 bodies, to face the Maker. Ballas expected his broken creature to come crawling. What entered the courtyard instead made him ask a question the record kept. Has the wolf become a dog? Is this Umbra or some Tenno? One word came back. Both. Seconds later, Umbra drove his Nikana through the executor's chest. The blade from the start of this file, forged of steel grafted from his own flesh. Bleeding, Ballas reminded the thing killing him that he was its creator. As if that argued for mercy, instead of explaining the sword. He did not die in that courtyard. A figure came for the wounded executor, the Lotus wearing an older name now, Nata. She dragged him away into the dark, what she kept him alive to become. That file stays sealed for now. So does the day a voice in a wall ask the child a question, though that one, the archive has touched before. Umbra stayed. He walks the ship with no one inside him, sits by the window, remembers, on purpose this time. Memory was the Empire's punishment. Now it is his own act of keeping, because somebody should. So ends the file on the one who stayed awake. His name, the record never kept. The 7 who knew the truth are ash, and the light in this archive stays on.